give you an update of what's going on. Right now, I'm sitting here with a box full of pieces of a cat tree that I'm trying to assemble. And I wanted to tell you a little bit more about what happened with us getting Yuki. It really was one of those flow moments. Everything came together, and I don't even know the next thing I realized is that now we have a cat. I want to tell you a little bit, and I'm sorry I'm not doing any eye contact because I really need to get this thing going. He's getting bored so easily. He's a kitten, and I want to make sure that we give him the environment he needs in order to grow up very well. Maybe I actually can give you a little bit wider view so you can see him. He's right here next to me playing, and this is going to help you to also get to know his character. He's a handful right now, as any kitty would be. Okay, this is a wider view. This is the box instruction. I have all of my tools, and with that, we're going to be getting this together. I got him, come here, let me show you. I got him this toy, and I want to show you how he looks like. And he is absolutely in love with it. It's a fish, and he loves it so much, so I'm going to put him on the site. So if you're hearing him, that's what's happening. The story of us with a kitty. Okay, ever since our dog passed away, Chin Chin, we have been struggling, or let's just say I have been really struggling. She was the love of my life. She was my child, and we can't have children. So let me just say, I treated this dog like it's my child. And I know that it's not recommended, but when you're desperate, you know, this is life. When I would be around with people loving their kids, and in my head, I was just like, well, I have a child too, and that's my daughter, this little dog that I love so much. So when she passed away, I really felt like my child passed away, and it was really hard to get over it. And Josh immediately wanted to go and get another dog just like her. It was hard for me to do that, and I told him to wait. One of the things that bothered me so much is because dogs are very attached. They really want to be constantly with you. They don't want to be separated. Their lifespan is short, and it's really hard emotionally how much, you know, they give you all the love and affection, and that really bothered me to imagine that I would be losing another animal just like hers. So I was a little bit interested in cats because I heard from friends and family they are low maintenance, so their attachment bond is not as strong, and they can maintain themselves longer in the house because we are working a lot. We have to go to the office now. Having a dog and leaving him for that long alone in the house where he wouldn't be able to do his basic function, meaning that he would have to hold his pee because nobody was home to take him out. And my conscience was constantly in such horrific space because I kept thinking, like, my dog, like, okay, I would go to the bathroom and I would feel so much guilt thinking my poor dog at home is waiting and is not able to do the basic like functions because I'm not there to allow him to do that, and her life depends on me. And because of my lifestyle, my job, I have to work, and I won't be able to be home to help her. And it was really difficult on me. And so I was kind of interested in trying what it feels like to have a cat. But everybody would also say that, oh, cats are not as, you know, affectionate as the dogs, and you will not like that. So I was open to fostering just so that I can experience what living with a cat feels like. So, you know, that was something in my head. I didn't think we were ready because it's been, I don't know, our dog passed away in December, and now it's summer, so 6 months. And I thought like I need at least a year or so just to feel better about everything. And then my mom found that kitten in her neighbor's backyard, and then that changed things a little bit because that kitty really needed help, and we really felt so attached to it, and we saved its life, and we really, really cared for him. And the fact that we weren't able to take care of him because of our jobs, again, it had a wobbly syndrome that we didn't know. We did everything we could, took him out to the doctor, got him all tested, and everything was great, but he couldn't stand on his feet, and he would wobble like this, and we didn't know what that meant, and the span of our life, we've never heard of wobbly syndrome in kittens. Any one of our friends and family that they found a kitten, so they just adopted the cat immediately, and everything was great after. So I was hoping like this was this is going to be a similar thing. It's one of those relationship we built, finding him, saving him, and we could have this kitten. And it turned out to have a wobbly syndrome that we learned from the doctor, that these cats have caught a virus because their mom, who was a stray, and so there was a virus that attacked this infant kitten, and it attacked the area in the back of their head that is for balance and movements. So for the rest of his life, he would be having wobbly syndrome. And apparently there's a lot of people like that in the cat. They think it's cute. It's distinctions between having a normal cat. So we found a no-kill shelter, and I'm so grateful for all the people are taking care of cats and dogs in our city. I got to know some of that community, and there are people who have volunteered to just take care of medical needed cats, kittens, or dogs. And that is so amazing. So yeah, we found a no-kill shelter, and they took the kitten immediately. Luckily they had an opening, and Josh kept calling and checking on the kitten, and he was fine. So he got adopted, like honestly a week after. He was so adorable. He was a perfect kitten. Our heart was really, really torn that we couldn't keep him. Then ever since then, I kept going into the shelter with Josh. We have gone so many times to the shelter, and we were just very overwhelmed, to be honest with you. They had a whole bunch of kittens, and there are so many rules in the shelter, at least in the city we live in. They would not, first of all, allow you to touch the kittens. We didn't know what that meant. Like, what do you mean we can't touch the kittens? So they have these crates full of kittens. They have like 5 or 6 in each crate, and obviously they're just playing the whole time. They won't be looking at you. They're doing their own thing. So it's really hard to see like what is their natural personalities. So we're like, okay, how do we know like if we match, if they like us? They're like, well, you can't be playing with them or anything. So you just have to file an application and adopt them. I'm like, well, because I don't know, like every kitten has a personality just like people. And so we just want to know like they're okay with us, they see us from the behind the screen, and what if like we are in the same room, they just don't vibe with us, we're not the right match for them, so we don't want to bother them, right? At least I want to be in approximately to see like how they would interact. And they said no, we could not do this. And if you really want to interact, the other option would be to look at our adult cats, and those ranged from 2 year and above. And we're like, okay, let's do that. Let's go and take a look at the older cats you have. And they had an area that you could be sitting and playing with these other ones. These cats, obviously, they didn't come from a loving situation. They've been either found stray or in abusive families. So they would not have the best personalities. They would hiss at you and hide all the time. They didn't really interact in a loving way. So we're like, okay, this is not working. And we have gone so many times. We've talked to so many volunteers. We tried to look at the fostering situation as well. So for the older cats that they had some sort of injuries and they're recovering from or have already recovered, so they wanted some help with the transitioning them back. And so we're like, okay. And so what they offered to us was 2 cats. And they said, oh, like they were 7 and 9-year-old, 2 female cats. And they're like, okay, so you could try this. And the cats really didn't like us, started hissing at us. And then again, I'm like, okay, I don't know, like this obviously is not liking me. Like, what am I going to do? They said, well, this is it. You can, take your time and try to transition him lovingly to the house. I'm like, this is clearly not liking us at all. So I don't know if that's the best idea. And then we're like, okay, let's just keep looking. And maybe we can, they said, like, you can walk through the shelter and see if there's any other cat that you might like, to foster. So we keep walking around and seeing, like, if I could connect with any of these cats. And I found one. His name was Mufasa, and he was really, really cute. He was 3 years old. And I saw, like, all the other cats in the room were doing their own thing or just sleeping or chilling. And this one was by the window, super depressed and upset. Like, I don't know what it was going on with him. So I gave him some treats and didn't want to eat it. So I told Josh, you know what? I like this one. I want to adopt this cat. And Josh was freaking out. He was like, what are you doing? This cat is upset. Like, it might not be the best idea. Am I doing this right? It looks like if it's a little too tall for E. Oh. Yeah, I made a mistake screwing the wrong thing. It's not easy for me to talk and do this at the same time, I realized. So let's do. So yeah, he was like, no, maybe we should get a kitten. Like, this is so upset. I'm like, yeah, it looks like it has a trauma. I can relate. I'm going to give it the best life it needs. It looks like so depressed. Like, I'm going to love this cat to the end of the world and he's going to be okay and we're going to be a happy family. And he's like, no, I'm going to put my foot down and I don't want you to just, have this mentality. You can fix this upset cat. You should probably start with a kitten. So I was like, okay, I guess. Because I've never had cats and I don't know their personalities. And Josh has lived with cats before. So I was like, okay, all right, so what do we do? So at this point, I joined myself in every cat group, fostering, I don't know, like I just found a kitten on the road situation, all the groups locally that were fostering, rescuing cats, and all the social media, anywhere that I could find. The algorithm picked up on the fact that this lady might have an interest in a cat. And then all of a sudden, I was just browsing the internet, looking at cute kitties and see if, like, one day my dream would come true. And then the algorithm showed me this beautiful, beautiful cat that reminded me of Smoothie. I've been following Smoothie. It's a British long-haired cat. I think its owner is from UK, but it's an influencer cat. It has 2 million followers. It's so old now. Like, I've been following Smoothie for such a long time. And I just love the look of her. And this advertisement on Instagram was literally Smoothie. It looked just like Smoothie with the beautiful eyes and the golden collar furs. I was like, oh my gosh, that's Smoothie. And I saw that this beautiful cat just had 3 babies and the breeder was, sharing that on the social media. And I don't know what came over me. I just immediately responded back and I was like, oh, I'm just wondering how much are for these little kitties. And she responded quickly back and she said, oh, they're $3,000 each. And reality hit me at that point. And I responded back and I said, thank you so much for responding back so quickly. I really appreciate it. However, I'm limited on my budget. I don't have that much saved up right now, but I will keep that in mind and start saving. And she responded back, she was like, actually, I have another kitten that is available right now, and it's more affordable. It's $1,800. I reached back to Josh and was like, hey, something happened right now. I don't know what happened to me. And I saw a cat just like Smoothie having babies, and a breeder is putting it out. And I reached back and they offered another kitty that is more affordable than, that. And what do you think? And he was like, well, okay, so maybe, talk to her and see if she would be comfortable bringing it down to 1,500, because I can help you and we could get you a kitty. So at this point, I'm like, oh, there's no way she'll do this. And, it's just rude. This is, something that she charges, and I want to respect that. But I went back, I'm like, okay, I have nothing to lose. I'm not probably going to get this anyways. So I said, thank you so much. I just wondering, I don't mean to disrespect you, but would it be possible at all to be out 1,500? And she said, yes. It looks like this cat was from an old litter that there were 3 litters. The 2 other kittens had long hair, and so they got sold, but this one has shorter hair, so he wasn't able to get sold out, and he was getting older. He was 13 weeks. So she was willing to give us discounts. So we got him 50% off, because the other litters were sold for 3,000, and so we got him for 1,500. And then I was like, oh, okay, so are we able to visit to see if the cat is a good match? And she was able to meet us the same day. So we just went to see if we're a good match, and it was raining so hard. So we meet the kitty inside of their van. They had a large car, and he was so chill. He was so cute, and he was obviously okay with us. No hissing. He has such a great temperament. He's so loving. And so, yeah, we decided to take him that same night. And I woke up the next morning not believing what in the world happened to me. And he has been adjusting very well. So he's a British short hair. It looks like his mix with Persian cats. So he has the flat nose and really, really pretty, gorgeous eyes. He is super healthy. There's one thing that we didn't know. We noticed that his paws are kind of large. And the same night we took him to a grocery store to get some supplies, some basic things to get us through the night. One of the people who was shopping at the grocery store, she came to us and saw him in a little sack and was like asking questions. And she was so knowledgeable about cats. And she told us like, oh, 13 weeks cat is pretty large for 13 weeks. That was the moment that we looked at each other, because we were hoping that we get a kitty that we can take everywhere with us. That was our goal, because with our dog, she was a toy poodle. She was like 7-8 pounds, and we took her everywhere, and we were hoping that we could get this cat also adjusted to do the same. And she was like, oh, I think this is gonna get big. And we're like, oh, how big? And we started searching online, and so they can get as big as 20 pounds. I don't know. I hope that we can keep him under 20, because it looks like if you're flying out with your pet inside of the cabin, they got to be under 20 pounds with their carrier. So hopefully it will remain under. So there's a possibility we can travel together, and if it ends up being more than that, it's fine. It is what it is. It's gonna have to stay home. But I thought that was interesting that we didn't know about this breed so much. He doesn't shed as much as normal cats, because he has short hair and his coat is doubled. I mean, he does have some shedding, but it's not that much. He's such a joy to be around. He's full of energy. He's such a beautiful, beautiful cat, and we love him so much. He's so smart and such a quick learner. You teach him something one time and he will get it, but he'll challenge your authority. Like if you tell him not on the table, so he understands that he shouldn't be on the table, but he would challenge you, and immediately for the next 3 or 4 times he will go on the table. And so I just pull him down 3-4 times, and then now he's okay, so he doesn't go on dining table anymore. And this is our first time learning about cats, and it's so interesting to learn about them and get to know them. I feel so much joy and has such a good vibe. One of the positive things that has done for us is cleaning the house, because he's so small and he gets everywhere. And there are some areas in the house that we have not been cleaning as much, like underneath or dusting off, like furniture's little corners around the house. We've forgotten it existed. So it has forced us to sanitize, clean the whole house. Our house hasn't been this clean as long as I remember. So I really love the fact that I have a motivation to clean the house, because I want to give him the best environment. We have been organizing, just making it pet safe. And he's been so good and adjusting so well. So far, so good. Yeah. So this is all the updates. And I'm now trying to focus and get this cattery done immediately so we can move with other tasks around the house. We have a lot to do today. So I just printed out all of the documentations that I have on the cat so far, vaccine certifications, and I have also his rabies certification, the sales agreements between us and the breeder, and also the health check. And so I put all of these information in his little folder, so I'm gonna add it into my files. And I forgot to tell you the name of the kitties. So the breeder named him Yuki. So in Japanese it means snow. And he actually responds to it super well. He knows his name and he just comes when you call him. And we thought like the name matches him so well, so we decided to keep the name. And yeah, so this was the story of how we adopted a cat, and I caught you up on everything that has happened so far. And I hope that you would enjoy seeing Yuki in the videos from now on. If you have had experiences with cats, or grew up with them and you know more about them, please do let me know. It's my first time having cats, and I've only had dogs. My parents, when they met before they had me, they had a cat and that wasn't a great experience, so they refused to have any cats ever since. But I don't know, something has always been fascinating about cats, and I was super excited to get a chance to experience them myself. And this was the first time that I initiated owning a pet, so it's a scary feeling because I put a lot of responsibility on myself because I brought this pet over, and so I want to give it the best life possible. yeah, so this is where we are. I think I'm gonna wrap this video now. We still have a little bit more adjusting to do in the house, obviously, and getting the house cat proof, but I hope that the adjustment period goes well and quickly for us, so then we can all settle in and be a little bit more comfortable together. So yeah, I'll update you on the next video, and I wish you nothing but the best, and I hope everything is going super well for you. If you feel like, tell me more about your life, about your pets. I'd love to learn more about you, and I'll see you in my next video. Have a good rest of the day, night, whenever it is you're watching this video. Bye.